Hello and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming Retro Walkthroughs. This is part 3 of the complete walkthrough of Final Fantasy I Pixel Remastered version. We will be defeating Astos and getting a key for some minor backtracking to get some treasure chests in previous areas and restoring the first crystal of the main quest to restore all 4 crystals, the Earth Crystal. After getting the crown, I went to Elfheim to heal up, and you'll have enough money now to get the next tier of black magic, but ignore the white magic as all of them are not needed. Head up to the top left to find 2 more magic shops, enter the black magic shop, and buy Haste, a very handy spell that you will use a lot against bosses. Confuse spell, which can cause enemies to attack other enemies, and Blizzara, a more powerful ice spell that is able to hit all enemies. The other spell, Sleepra, can cause enemies to fall asleep. I didn't really use Confuse or Sleep, so you can avoid those spells, or get the Sleepra if you would prefer. Exit Elfheim to the top left to return to Western Keep. Make sure you are fully healed, as when you speak to the king again, he will turn into a boss to face called Astos. He is capable of casting a death spell, which will instantly KO a party member, so make sure you have a few Phoenix Downs just in case. He casts other spells like Slower, Firer, and Thunderer. Use your physical attackers to attack, the white mage to heal, and the black mage to cast haste on your physical attackers so they can do more damage. Now that you got the crystal eye, you can now return to Matoya to give it to her. Go to your ship, it will be marked in blue on your world map. Then in your ship, head up to reach Cornelia and then go under the bridge that was built at the beginning of the game. Then dock your boat, head up to Matoya's cave and return her eye and get the tonic. Return to your ship and return to Elfheim and go into the castle. Go up and left to cure the prince and get a key that will continue the main quest and also get some optional treasures. If you want all the trophies, then you will want to get the treasures. The first treasures that you can get is to go to the entrance of the castle and then go right to the edge of the building and then go straight up for 4 treasure chests and equip the hammer on your white mage and the bronze gloves on the warrior. If you got all treasure chests so far, you'll get the rookie treasure hunter trophy. Exit the castle and return to the Marsh cave at the bottom left and return to floor B3 with the 16 rooms and go to the bottom of the map and there is treasure on the 1st, 2nd and 4th room. When you are in a dungeon, you can always press the map button and it will show you the area, and the exits are highlighted in yellow arrows as well. Completely optional, but talking to the monster will take you to a battle with 4 psychodemons, handy for XP. In the treasure chest you will face some anacondas. They are weak enemies and can cause the poison status. Equip the silver amulet on the white mage. Exit the cave. On the way, I managed to fight the final enemy you can get in here, shadows. They didn't used to, but when I was in the Melmond area, I did fight a fair few battles with shadows. If you're going for defeating every enemy, don't leave early ones too late, as when you are high level, enemies tend to run off, and it's best doing it when you're exploring the areas for the first time. Shadows come in large groups and they can cause the darkness status. If your character has the darkness status, it means they can miss their attacks. Use Duerger or Faraga to take them out quickly. If you want to check out your bestiary so far, you can find it in your configuration. Return to the western keep and then go up and all the way around to the left and get 3 treasure chests, which will contain battles to get the treasures. The first treasure chest is guarded by wraiths. They can cause paralysis and has the usual weakness of dire and fire. Equip the falchion on the thief. The other 2 treasure chests are guarded by mummies, undead creatures with the usual weakness of dire and fire. They can cause the sleep status. Equip the power staff on the black mage and the steel gloves on the warrior. Exit the keep and head to your ship parked at Elfheim, and go straight up and dock in the Cornelia area, and head to the first dungeon of the game, the Chaos Shrine. Head to the bottom right of the floor for a chest containing a rune blade and equip it on the warrior. Head up to the top right for 2 more treasure chests. Exit the shrine and head down and enter Cornelia Castle. Then head all the way to the right as soon as you enter and go around, down, and then right. You should see a wizard in purple. Head down and there's 2 rooms that holds 3 chests in each room, including the nitro powder, which is needed for story progression. Go back to your ship and head to where it's circled on the minimap, and head southeast and enter a cave called Mount Duerger. Head straight up for 2 treasure chests, then head all the way down to the bottom left, past the dwarf you will have to talk to, and get 8 treasure chests. Equip the equipment on the warrior and the falchion on the thief, and talk to the dwarf you passed, and give him the nitro powder, and he blows up some land that allows your ship to access the east side. Return to the ship and head left through the gap that was made for you, and keep going left and you will find a place to dock and a town nearby. Head to the weapons store and buy the longsword for the warrior. Head to the armor shop and buy 2 silver armlets for the thief and black mage. Head to the white mage shop, and it's a shame we can't buy all 4 spells, as all are really good. But buy Curaga, a more powerful version of the Cura spell, Life, which can bring back a party member that is KO'd, and Healara, a more powerful version of Heal. Duerger is a more powerful version of the Diara spell, which is still fine to stick with. Head to the Black Mage shop. The best spell is to buy Faraga, a more powerful version of Fyra. The other 2 spells you can buy is subjective. I bought Scourge, which can cause instant death, and Slowra, which is a more powerful version of the slow spell. Teleport is a handy spell for when you are in dungeons and you want to quickly go to previous floors. You should buy a few gold needles and a fair few antidotes before entering the Cavern of Earth, our next destination. Exit the town and head left and down to a triangle looking section on the map and enter the cave called the Cavern of Earth. This cave is 5 floors, but you can only access 3 to start with, and then we have to go back to finish the floor to complete the cave and restore the first crystal. I was level 19 when I entered the cave. There is a couple of enemies you can get outside the cave. The Hyendon, but you can get this in some of the treasure chests in the cave. They have high HP and hit hard with physical attacks. The other enemy you can face is the Lesser Tiger, another hard hitting enemy. Head up into the top right room for a treasure chest, guarded by an earth elemental, the strongest normal enemy of the earth cavern. They are weak to fire. Go back to the entrance stairs, then head right and straight down with a room with a treasure chest. A new enemy you can face is a Minotaur, physical attackers that does 2 hits with his attacks. The chest is guarded by an earth elemental. Head up and right to the next room with 2 more chests, both guarded by an earth elemental. Head back up to where the entrance stairs is, and then head right to take the stairs to the next floor. Head all the way to the right for a room that has 3 treasure chests. The first has a coral sword. Now this is your first elemental sword. It has the power of lightning. Go ahead and equip it on the thief, as it's a powerful sword, especially against enemies that are weak against lightning, but there is enemies out there that can absorb lightning attacks and can heal themselves. This can happen with any elemental weapons or spells. Exit the room and head left, and down again for another room with 3 treasure chests. Another new enemy you can face is the troll. Not an enemy you need to be worried about on this floor. You only face 1, and then you can face 2 on the next floor. They do hit 3 times and can regenerate HP at every turn. At the room with treasure, you will have to face and defeat the monster, which is an earth elemental in the way to access the chests. Exit the room, head up and take the next right, and follow the path to the stairs to the next floor at the bottom right hand side. Head all the way to the right and enter the room for a chest. Exit the room and head up, right, and then down, and follow the path for another room with a treasure chest, guarded by an earth elemental. In this floor, you will face the deadliest enemy so far, the bird enemies called cockatrices, and what makes these so deadly is that they can cause the petrify status, which will turn a party member into stone. so they can't do any attacks, and unlike Paralyze, that party member won't get any XP and stay in the petrified status. And if all 4 party members are petrified, then it's a game over. So use Faraga to wipe them all out with the Black Mage. Use a gold needle to cure the petrified status. Exit the room and head the next left and go in the next room for a treasure chest. Exit the room and follow the path on the left. Ignore the next room and head down and enter the room on the right for a chest guarded by an earth elemental. Another new enemy to face is wights, and they are really not that much different from the other zombie type enemies. They can cause paralysis and weak to fire and dire. They can come in very large groups. Exit the room and head down and right. Heal up as there's a boss fight in the next room. It's an easy boss fight against a vampire. Use your most powerful diet and fire spells to easily defeat it. Get the Star Ruby from the chest, and you can't access the final 2 dungeon floors until you get the Earth Rod, which we will now get. So exit the cave and go back to the town of Melmond. That's next on the ship, because more than likely you will easily afford. Get the Star Ruby from the chest, and you can't access the final 2 dungeon floors until you get the Earth Rod, which we will now get. So exit the cave and go back to the town of Melmond, where the ship is, because more than likely you will easily afford the knight's armor for your warrior in the armor shop. On the way, I encountered 2 new enemies in the Cavern of Earth. The Ochre Jelly. These are rare enemies and only appear in the Earth Caverns on this floor and the 2 floors we are going to unlock. They are weak to fire and ice, but are resistant to lightning. In Hill Gygus, very strong enemies that hit hard. If you still need Hill Gygus or need to grind XP and Gil, head to the corridor circled, and each step you make in that corridor will be a guaranteed instant encounter with the Hill Gygus. Guaranteed instant flora counters will appear in later dungeons. If you need supplies, Melmond does not have an item shop. You will have to go to another town to load up. I recommend Elfheim and get some gold needles, and you will start to bring a lot of gil going through the dungeons. So start by 99 potions each time you resupply, so you only use white mage magic in battle for emergencies. From Melmond, head left and go past a triangle-shaped land with the Cavern of Earth, and further left to a cave called Giant's Cave, and there is random encounters in the cave, but they are weak enemies. Talk to the stone giant and give him the star ruby, and he will let you pass. Head down to a room with 4 treasure chests, and then head up to the next exit. Head through the linear path to another cave called the Sage's Cave. Speak to the sage that's on the second room to the left, and you will be given the Earth Rod. Head all the way back to the Cavern of Earth, and then head to where the vampire boss was, and head through the door and follow the path, and you will use the Earth Rod to gain access to the next 2 floors. Head all the way up and then left to enter a room for 5 chests. The first 2 chests is guarded by a variety of monsters. This variety will be in most chests in this level, with the Ogre Mage being the new enemy to defeat. The Ogre Mage, as you would expect, is capable of various magic spells. It can cast Blink on itself to increase its evasion, and it regenerates HP per turn. The chest at the bottom left and top left is guarded by an enemy called the Sphinx. Nothing to worry about. Exit the room, down, right, follow the path and head left past the rock. Head down, left, down, follow the path and then up and around to the left, and then you will reach the room at the bottom left for 3 treasure chests. All chests are guarded by the Ogre Mage variety of enemies. Equip the Mithril Shield on the Warrior. That should be all the treasure chests in the Cavern of Earth. Always double check to see if you've missed any by the world map function. Exit the room and head back up, and head to the exit at the top left of the level. Head up and around to the left. You will be aiming to enter the door at the very left, and before you touch the yellow orb, heal yourself and prepare for a boss fight. The Lich is an undead creature and the first challenging boss in the game, so use your white mage to cast Duerger and the black mage to cast Faragga, and then, if you need healing, use your physical attackers to use potion to keep everyone healed. Lich is capable of paralysing your party members. You can step on the yellow portal at the top to warp outside the cave. See you in part 4. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more complete retro walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases. Thanks for watching.